But sticking on the topic of liars and losers, Kash Patel, he has to step down. There's no other option here. In case you missed it, Kash Patel, the director of the FBI who represents America on the world stage, right? We are already not being taken very seriously, but Kash Patel is catalyzing that descent, okay? He is catalyzing that descent into absolute mockery. He tweeted, I told you about that a couple of weeks ago, leave my girlfriend alone, and then we see you guys, and like, she's my life partner. Like, you left your wife, you've been with this girl for like a year and a half. Calm down, okay? Just calm down. Like a teenager in love. It's ridiculous. Well, now his girlfriend, turns out, is suing Elijah Schaffer and other content creators for $5 million. For $5 million. For her hurt feelings, okay? Because she was called a honeypot, an Israeli honeypot. And in some circumstances, I want to be very clear, they didn't even explicitly call her a honeypot. They just posted a picture. That was a circumstance in terms of Elijah Schaffer. I should actually read some parts of this lawsuit so that you understand that we are not a serious nation anymore, right? We are not a serious nation, and it's important that you come to that conclusion quite quickly, okay? Where are we? So this is directly from a lawsuit. It says that on September 14th, 2025, an ex-user that goes by Hen Mazig published a lengthy and detailed post about the prominent role of female Mossad agents have played in Israel's sophisticated intelligence efforts against Iran, including by seducing top officials, and that some of them reportedly seduced high-ranking enemy officials. Now, in response to the comments on that same day, Elijah Schaffer posted a photo of Alexis Wilkins, that is her name, and Patel, right? So this is what they're suing over right here on the internet. LOL, Elijah Schaffer posts a photo. And the lawsuit goes on and says, ever since Kash Patel was appointed as director of the FBI in February of 2025, the conspiratorial corners of the internet and social media have been spreading a false narrative that Ms. Wilkins is an Israeli Mossad agent, a spy, or a quote-unquote honeypot. Here's the thing. I've been around. And there are some rules to lawsuits. If you have to sue someone to prove, as an example, that you are a woman, a la Brigitte Macron, it's because you're not one. If you have to sue someone to prove that your relationship is really authentic and real and like love from the heavens, it probably isn't one. I'm just saying I've been around. That's all I'm saying. And I have been the subject of so many conspiracies because of how me and my husband met, right? People online, people have done threads, put in names that were not even true. I read one thread where they said like a donor put me and my husband, it couldn't be further from the truth. I've never cared. I just laugh at them because it's just not true. It's just none of it's true, so I don't care. The fact that she filed this lawsuit, of course, means that she did this with the blessing of her quote-unquote life partner, Kash Patel. He knew this was happening. He did not stop her from doing this. Are they trying to convince us, or is she trying to convince him, or is he trying to convince himself? Okay? And of course, inevitably, what happens when you file these lawsuits is people then get interested in you. And there is something called the Streisand effect. Now, before the Streisand effect happened, I was already interested because he's acting weird. He's just acting really weird right now, Kash Patel. And she might not be a Mossad honeypot. I don't know. I've never made that claim. There's literally no evidence of that. People, other than people saying she works for Marissa Straight, PragerU, who, she's formerly of the IDF intelligence unit. I worked for PragerU. I'm not a Mossad honeypot person, so that's not evidence. But there is evidence that she comes from a Freemason family in California. Like, dad was in the California Freemasons, and grandpa was pretty high up in the California Freemasons. And, Kash Patel's dropping 33 hours like it means something. That's actually more interesting than the Mossad honeypot thing. Mom works in aerospace. So she's not just like some cutesy country singer that has no connections. Like, let's make that clear. She doesn't have no connections. Letting you guys know that. And I am so sick of the idea that you're going to file and bankrupt people because you don't like what's on the internet. That's why this needs to be exposed. He should be flamed. The punishment for these sorts of things is these people should be shamed. They should be absolutely shamed. Out of public life forever. If your solution to somebody saying something on the internet is I'm going to bankrupt you, especially something, who cares? You're a country singer. Even if you were a Mossad honeypot, why do you care? Who cares? Like, if you do not know how to deal with the internet, get off of it. Just get off of it. It is optional. You are not required to be on X to make videos for PragerU. You are not required to be on X to sing the national anthem for Turning Point USA. Get off of the internet if you do not have it within you the courage to withstand Elijah Schaffer making a joke, okay? All of these people have said things about me. I have been mocked for everything from the color of my skin to who I work for to, I mean, you name it. There's a joke out there that's said about me, okay? Or not even a joke, people just being insulting. I wake up, I'm called the N-word. Big deal. The internet is optional, Alexis Wilkins. It's optional, Kash Patel. This lawsuit is pathetic. You should be forced to step aside, but, you know, it's probably not going to happen because a lot of things that are going on in this administration have been embarrassing. And yeah, we're hunting down kids on college campuses that offend Jewish people. So like, we're stuck with Kash Patel. That's all I'm saying.